Hello students, my name is Manjuman. I am PGT English in JNV Rangareddy. Today we are going to discuss our lesson, the last lesson, which is actually the first lesson of our book Flamingo. It's written by Alfonso Daudet. He is a French novelist and short story writer. He was born in 1840 in Nice in France. His father was a manufacturer. He was a true patriot in every sense. He felt the incident, that's why he wrote about it. The lesson is set in the background of Franco-Prussian War. Franco-Prussian War was held in 1870 to 71 and it was led by Bismarck, and he is known as the Iron Man of Germany. In this war, two districts of France, one was Alsace and another was Lorraine. These two districts were defeated, or we can say these two districts went into the hands of then Persia. And the story is about a boy from any of these districts. It is about a boy, his name is Franz, he's our narrator of the story. This boy is just like any other boy, any other child. He's not interested in going to the school, attending the classes. He's a truant kind of a guy. And there are beautiful sceneries there. There are many things which were tethering his legs to go to the school on that day. Like he saw some beautiful birds chirping in the woods. He saw some soldiers were drilling in the wood, drilling in the field, and means the day was bright, shiny, beautiful. So who wants to spend such a day in a school? But somehow he had to go. Another thing was that the teacher asked him about some homework. He got some homework about participles. He did not complete it. So these were the reasons he did not want to go. Somehow he started. When he was running, he was already late. Somebody called him from behind and he told him, "Hey Bub, don't go so fast. You have plenty of time." He passed through the town hall of the village. There was a big town hall, and this town hall used to have a bulletin board, and all the news had come from that bulletin board, like the battle was lost, they are defeated, the new officer had come and he is giving some orders, some commands, like. So everybody thought that some bad news is there on the way for us, but Franz could not understand. Already they are defeated. What news could be there on that board today? He reached a school. Any other day, the school was full of hustle and bustle and sound. The students were repeated their lessons in chorus, in unison. They were putting their hands over their ears to understand the lesson better. The teacher was rapping his ruler on the table all the time to make them, sit properly in the class, or pay attention, be attentive, like that. But that day, school was calm and quiet and serene and totally, there was no commotion, motionless. Franz was a latecomer every day. He used to get into the class in the pretext of this commotion. But that day, even the teacher was in the class, students were sitting on their seats. Now he had to enter in front of everyone. He was blushing, he was feeling very bad. When he entered the class, one more surprise was there. The teacher was in his beautiful attire, some green coat and frilled shirt, and everything he was nicely decked up. And this he used to wear only on the inspection days or the prize distribution day. So Franz was thinking, why this our M. Hemmel is wearing this dress? Next thing was, last benches were mostly left empty in the class, but today all the villagers were sitting in the class, like the former postmaster, some old hawser named guy was there, and former authorities of that area, they were sitting in the class. So everything was confusing. The confusion was over after a few minutes. M. Hemmel started talking. He told them that, kids, this is the last lesson which I am going to give you, as the German teacher will come tomorrow and you will be learning German tomorrow onwards. So this was like a thunderclap. It was so shocking, surprising that he was taken aback. He could not understand what. So this statement made him think, made him feel bad. He was not a very, you know, disciplined student. Now he was feeling sorry for not learning. He was thinking that I have taken my books as a nuisance, a burden. I do not like to carry them, to read them. Oh my God, now I can't read anymore. I have to leave French. And he was sorry for the teacher also. He was afraid of the teacher. He was very much afraid of the teacher, but now he was feeling sorry for him because M. Hamel, he worked for 40 years in that place. Then he saw some villagers in the class also, and they come to the school to pay their respect, to pay their, uh, homage to the teacher who spent 40 years of his service, who gave 40 years of his service to their area, and tomorrow he was leaving. So they were feeling sorry. Franz could not perform well in the class on that day. When teacher asked him to tell the rules of participle, he was confused. He was in so much of confusion, and moreover he did not learn the lesson. But M. Hamel's reaction was again surprising. He did not shout at him, he did not say anything to him. Rather, he said, "This is not your fault, this is my fault, this is your parents' fault. My fault because I did not, sometimes I used to declare a holiday whenever I wanted to go on fishing or something. Your parents are responsible because they did not take your learning as seriously as they should have done. They should have taken. They used to engage you in some fields, some mills to earn some more money." So everybody was in a very pensive mood, but M. Hamel finished every lesson. And the teaching of that day, the teaching learning process was wonderful on that day because the teacher was explaining everything in full detail. The students were learning everything very attentively. So Franz is saying that he will never forget this last lesson. Then M. Hamel told them something about their mother tongue, French. He said, "This is the most beautiful language of the world. This is the most logical language of the world. We feel like that for our mother tongue." And he said that we should protect our language, we should guard our language because now we are enslaved. And it is the only key for our prison. As long as we hold fast to it, we have a chance to get out of our subjugation, get out of our slavery. So we should guard it. The class was in very sad mood. The lessons were over. Franz was doing his homework. Some children were scratching some fish hooks on the books, and everybody was full of patriotic feelings. They were feeling sad. Some of them were crying also. Some old man, Hauser, he was crying in the class. And suddenly Franz heard some pigeons going on the roof, and some thoughts struck his mind. He said, "Will they make the pigeons sing in German too? Is it possible?" It's a wonderful line. It shows that yes, slavery can be imposed from outside, but it can't kill us. It can't change us. What we are, we are. And we have to keep faith in ourselves. The class was over, and outside the Prussian soldiers were drilling. They were coming, they were marching towards the school. And then there was a bell, Angelus bell, means there was some prayer in the church. They heard the prayer, and M. Hamel understood that his class was over. He went to the blackboard. He wrote on the blackboard in very large letters, "Vive la France." Vive la France means long live France. And with this, our lesson ends. It's a beautiful lesson. Once again, it's in the background of Franco-Prussian War. It is a French lesson translated into English. It its narrator, its writer is Alfonso Dode. In this e-content, we have made many questions along with answers, MCQ type, short answer type, long answer type, and some other